Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be about why I use J-cuts and L-cuts when I edit comedy sketches. Now, as I'm saying this in my clearly Christmas themed video, if you're wondering what is a J-cut, so by definition, a J-cut is when the audio of the next clip precedes the video chain. So when you're going to see a J-cut, you'll see, you're watching something, and then you're going to hear something else, and that's going to be from the next clip that you're going to see on the timeline or in the sequence. And an L-cut is when the clip you're watching, the audio bleeds into the next clip or the following clip. So you're still hearing that audio as you're seeing other footage or other B-roll. So before I dive into why I use J-cuts and L-cuts for comedy sketches, be sure to hit that subscribe button below if you like this kind of information and you want to learn more about making comedy sketches. So here's a quick example. You're hearing me say this and I'm talking right now, I'm having a great time in here and I cannot believe what's about to happen. But then you'll hear audio from another clip to smooth out that transition, kind of like this. So for an example of an L-cut, you're going to hear this audio, you're going to see me talking, I'm having a great time, but then something else is going to happen and you're going to continue to hear this audio, but I'm not going to be on the screen anymore. You're going to see the other version of me sitting in the chair face the other direction. Isn't that crazy? See, that's the basics of a J-cut or an L-cut. Anytime I edit a comedy sketch, I actually look for opportunities to use J-cuts and L-cuts. If you watch anything I do with Michael Henry or Jimmy Fallon, you may see that the audio bleeds into the character before, the character after when they're talking back and forth. And that's because I find that in natural conversation, that just tends to happen. There's a lot of lap over in speech. It's generally how people talk is that, they're ready and willing to talk about the next topic or they're excited to say something. And so when I edit, I try to create that. Also in comedy specifically, I find that there's a lot of hilarity in just normal everyday activities, and if you can just find ways to heighten that and pace it correctly and find the right timing of that, you could really hit some really funny notes that people go through every single day, but when you're editing you have the opportunity to kind of really hit those on the head. And so J-cuts and L-cuts really help me heighten those moments and really find the pacing and timing of what a real conversation might sound like or be like, and then try to find those comedic moments with the rhythm and the timing and all that. I'm gonna show you my Final Cut Pro timeline and a clip of a sketch I directed and edited for Jimmy Fallon. And you'll notice I use J-cuts and L-cuts through the whole thing, because I try to recreate how it feels, that delivery guy, customer reality, and how quickly that usually moves, but then the realization happens, and then boom. So if you're on your Final Cut Pro 10 timeline, you'll wanna double click your clip, and that'll drop down the audio of the clip. They're still attached, and they're still, magnetically together, but that's just going to separate so you can move them at different ranges to what you want. So, if you want to extend the audio but not the video, this will allow you to do it. I actually use this a lot. So here's a clip with the J-cuts and L-cuts and see if you can notice when they are.
Postmates?
Okay.
Yeah. Order some tender greens?
That's me.
There you go.
Cool. Thank you.
Great. It should be forks and knives and stuff in there.
Thank you so much.
Have an awesome day.
Oh, hey, wait. This is so random. Did you go to UC Santa Cruz?
I did. That's crazy. Why?
Were you an actor there?
Yes, I was. I was a part of the MFA program. Yeah. There was just 20 of us. I think over 600 people auditioned.
I saw you in a show there. I want to say it was about refugees?
Esau Pentecost.
Pentecost.
I was the lead of that. That's crazy, yeah. We ended up doing 5 shows that weekend. It was exhausting.
Cool.
Were you in the undergraduate program?
Oh, no. I studied finance.
That's okay. I don't know how much you know about Santa Cruz's MFA program, but it's pretty competitive, yeah. Over 600 people apply, they only accept 20, so it feels pretty rad to be one of those 20.
Yeah, you said that about the numbers.
Yeah, you start doing the math, you're like, oh, for every 30 people who applied, they only took one of us, so it's kind of a landing point to even get in.
Awesome.
Yeah. So what do you do now in LA, besides the girl who orders Postmates?
So for me, using a J-cut or an L-cut really heightens the reality of the scene. So I try to add those in as much as I can, but you really can edit any which way you desire to. Comedy is subjective at the end of the day, and it's up to you to what you think is funny. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and stay tuned for more on the next one.